Hi, this is Jenny from Gunter Creative, and today I'm going to show you how to put together one of my living hinge books with these recipe sleeves. So first I lasered the covers, and I still need to get a little bit of the masking off here. I wanted to show you my favorite way to take the masking off is with one of these little scrapers. Makes it easy. And if this is the first video of mine you're watching, I would recommend that you watch the earlier video about putting together these living hinge books because it goes into a little bit more detail. So I'll take the masking off the back. This is always fun. Satisfying, as my children would say. So we've got the front and the back masking off. On this one, I decided to use some decorative paper on the inside front and inside back covers. So what I did was I used one of these sheets to measure this decorative paper. And you'll probably hear me saying a lot about tearing paper. I don't like to use, if it's decorative, I don't like to use the X-Acto knife. I just use a ruler up against where it needs to be cut or torn, and you just hold it down really tight and tear it. That way it gives it a little bit more of a natural looking edge there. Okay, now I've got my front and my back. I think what we'll do is probably use my little handy dandy hole puncher, and I'll actually get both sheets. These recipe sheets are slippery and they're kind of hard to deal with. This is the first time I've ever worked with them. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but I have this clear sheet over it and it shows me where the holes need to be. So I'm going to, actually, I think I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife and just kind of make an X there or a star, and we'll be able to put our screws through that hole easily there. Okay, now I can get all my pages together. Make sure they are all the same. These particular pages are top loading, which is necessary for this book because there's the way the binding goes together. There won't be much room to put in recipe cards this way, so you have to put them in from the top. So you want to make sure all of your pages have that on the top. They're all stacked the same there. Okay. So I've got my decorative paper in the back, my decorative paper in the front, and I'll put my covers on either side. And one thing I'm going to do a little bit better off camera, is do a little bit of sanding here. I don't like to see the burn marks, and even though I have masked this wood, it does tend to show burn marks, especially at the top and the bottom and on the back sometimes. I have my leather that I measured and cut, and it has the 3M positional mounting adhesive on it, and I'm just going to pull it off here. And line it up with the holes on the front. Burnish it on. So this isn't really going to hold the book together, but it just keeps it from gapping after you put in the screws. The sticky stuff on the back does. Okay, now put in the first. Be a little bit careful when you put it through your decorative paper there. And now all these slippery sheets need to go on. And I'll probably need to turn it over. Okay, slippery sheets, there you go. Now I'm going to slip this in from the other side, I hope. Second screw post. Or maybe I should put in all 3 screw posts. How about that? And then put in all the slippery sheets. These sheets are kind of frustrating. Okay, let's make sure this goes through our decorative paper at the right spot. I don't want it. There we go. Okay. Now let's try again with the slippery sheets. I'm gonna put those on. And there's my other piece. Here's my other piece of decorative paper. Put that on. Depending on the thickness of your book, sometimes these screw posts are going to go, the post side of it is going to go all the way through, and sometimes it's not exactly going to make it all the way through, but you'll make up the difference with the screw part. Okay, now your back cover. Okay, now we're going to pull our leather around from the other side, line it up with these holes. Burnish it on a little bit. Looks like this part. Sometimes, even if this isn't true, real leather, it's going to stretch a little bit more in some places than others. And that's what I was seeing over here. It didn't really line up, so you can kind of pick it up. That's what's nice about the positionable mounting adhesive. You can pick it up and move it a little. Okay, so that's burnished on. Now we just need to screw in the screw side. If you're a little OCD like me, you're going to make sure all of the slots are vertical. Okay, and there you have it. A very nice keepsake for bride or anybody, and you can customize it any way you like. And everybody at the bridal shower can write their recipes and keep them forever. And you can see here why it needs to be top load. It would be difficult to get these recipe cards out this direction. And I'll put an Amazon link to the sleeves that I purchased for this one in this video description.